cooperation in trade, investment, culture, and climate action. The report.
Day two of the summit spotlighted the creative economy under the theme Leveraging Partnership for Investment Facilitation. Keynote speakers standing for the board challenged stakeholders to unlock growth by harnessing the region's human capital, natural asset, and investment potential.
Do have within the room here, and that we have within the millions and millions of people that exist between the continent and the Caribbean, the ideas and the solutions to take our industry forward, our creative industry forward, our agri-food industry forward, our infrastructure forward, our medical industry forward, that we have the ability to do so. I challenge you today to lift the stakes because they are high.
The summit also featured high-level fireside chat, including the evolution of Nollywood, storytelling, industry building, and the path to African-Caribbean creative growth.
And giving life to that story and creating incentives for them to stay in practice. Not just about show, there's the business part of it. Many of us creatives do not really hone our skills in the business part.
Yeah.
Maybe that should be included in the curriculum everywhere.
It was the main story.
Administration.
In investing in our children, investing in the kind of stories that they engage with, investing in how we tell our stories. If a Nigerian today is absorbing information about the Caribbean, about our culture, about how we connect, guess what? In 30 years, when they have money, they've already de-risked.
A major highlight was the signing of a $2 billion agreement to boost creative infrastructure and expand access to funding across both regions.
Culture, creative economy, and the ministries that oversee this area to ensure that they are part of this. It's $2 billion available now for our creatives around the region and across Africa to ensure that we can tap into these opportunities and strengthen our creative sectors.
With fresh investment, bold partnership, and renewed vision, Africa and the Caribbean are now charting a creative revolution, one that will redefine global storytelling, unlock jobs, and power a new era of economic growth. Land Bridge, Palola, Abuja.
You are listening to Metro News on Raypower 100.5 FM. More stories after the break. Stay with us.
As the news drops, it breaks with us. Join us for news on the hour every hour. News desk at 12 noon, Metro News at 4 p.m. Enjoy infotainment, breaking and sports news at their best 24/7.
This is Raypower FM News.
Sincere thanks for staying with us. About 32 bodies, mostly children, have been dug up from a mass grave in the western Kenyan town of Kericho as investigations continue into the shocking discovery. The exhumation was done after the police obtained a court order to retrieve 14 bodies that were initially believed to have been buried at the site. Government pathologist Richard Njoroge told journalists yesterday evening that what they found was quite unusual, with bodies stacked in gunny bags after a day-long process that was interrupted by heavy rains. A post-mortem examination is expected to begin today amid calls to promptly identify the bodies and investigate the circumstances of the deaths. And Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos says he is working to secure new sources of oil after he placed the country under a state of national energy emergency in response to the war in Iran. Marcos told Filipinos in a televised address that the government would procure 1 million barrels of oil to add to the current stock, which is good for 45 days. The Philippines, which imports 98% of its oil from the Gulf, became the first country to declare an energy emergency after local diesel and petrol prices more than doubled in the country since the war broke out on 28 February. The US-Israel war with Iran and the effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz, a key shipping route, have sent shockwaves through global energy markets. causing shortages and price rises.
And now, a business update from Raypower 100 FM.
Global trade transports an estimated 500 billion tons of virtual water every year, the hidden water embedded in goods such as foods, textiles, and industrial products, indicating the growing link between international commerce and water sustainability, according to a new World Bank report. The report explains that virtual water refers to the large volumes of fresh water used during production processes but not visible in the final product. For example, producing a single cup of coffee can require about 150 liters of water, while sugar, milk, and baked goods add significantly more, meaning a typical breakfast may consume more water than many households use daily. According to the World Bank, the scale of virtual water flows is immense, amounting to roughly a quarter of global water use and about 50 times the weight of goods shipped annually by sea.
This is entertainment news on Raypower 100.5 FM.
Veteran Nollywood actress Ireti Doyle has finally spoken about divorce from her ex-husband Patrick Doyle. This comes years after the celebrity couple's divorce. Speaking for the first time after her failed marriage, Ireti stated that her decision to remain silent was because it is none of the public's business.
Raypower Sport.
21 players are currently in the Super Eagles Antalya, Turkey camp ahead of the international friendlies against Iran and Jordan. Ademola Lukman, Igo Obu, Rafael Onyedika, and Zaidu Sanusi are the latest arrivals in camp. Two more players are still being expected in camp.
Raypower weather.
Thunderstorms with or without rain by moderate rains are likely over parts of Benue, Nasarawa Plateau, Kogi, and the Federal Capital Territory later in the day. Now, to round up the news, to bring you the last line. According to an African proverb, it is not necessary to blow out other people's lantern to let yours shine. And that's it for the Metro News as produced by Kedonojo Okuliko. I am Ehi Ankili Ocheme. You can listen to us online on Radio Garden, online radio box, and tuning.com at Raypower 100.5 FM Abuja. Join us at 6 p.m. for our next bulletin, Nigeria Today, for news across the nation. Good evening.
Providing 360 degrees of information and entertainment. Reloaded for today's Niger.
Thank you guys for joining me.
Raypower.
Nigeria's
Thank you for
original
joining my
independent
life.
radio station.
Please help me turn down the volume a bit. And let me sign off. Thank you guys for joining my live. This is possibly my first visual. I didn't give us a heads up, so I usually do this on Facebook, but I was like, I mean, we're already on YouTube, why not? So thanks for joining. Hopefully we'll do better. Next time we'll do better. But thanks for being a part of this. I am grateful. God bless you. I have to sign off. Okay, here we go.
If God says you can, you can. If God says you can move, you can move. If God